into the cloud platform and enable us into the new direction. Salesforce is one of the main package, okay, so which is there. Now going to that next one, in terms of what is there for you into that game. And I do not want to take much time. Obviously, we talked about all those means different skills and combinations, okay? But having said that, means what we are trying to do here, that we are planning to give you an opportunity through this learning facility to get into a next level of offer movement, which is called turbo offer movement. And through this, what is there with you? Currently, you are all holding elite offer with you at this moment of time. Now, through this learning and completion of the learning, what you are going to get, everybody will be elevated into the turbo offer, which is almost like a double up. And currently that elite offer belongs to 3.5 lakhs, which will actually get elevated into 6.5 lakhs per annum for you, which is a very good. And I build that means if you ask me, means from the freshers and junior point of view, means it's a fantastic opportunity. And on top of that, it's a fantastic opportunity of learning also along with that. So you will be joining as a very, very effective and very, very high energy means engineering professionals in the organization through this program. Okay, and the beauty of this, you complete it, you finish it, join us, reimbursement absolutely is guaranteed for you. There is nothing that means money will be taken out after your completion, successful completion and the joining, everything will be taken out. Am I audible now? I'm sorry, I probably due to the network issue, I'm just screened out for a moment.
Yeah, I think you are audible, Prana.
Sorry about that, guys. Means it's definitely my issues and my problem. Okay. I believe when I logged off means I was in this particular page, and due to the network probably I'm just putting myself hiding out actually at this moment of time. So let me not get into more. So turbo engineers, I believe means you're already in the higher means salary grade. So but it's opportunity to learn, it's opportunity to qualify, and it's opportunity to join in the same scale. There is no issue, and the reimbursement only will happen for everyone. Now for all of you, the one thing I just wanted to clarify and wanted to highlight over here. During the journey of these programs, Wipro and our learning partners, all of us are committed to provide you all sort of support, all sort of guidance, and all sort of mentorings. So that means when you put your effort, you will get the 100% success out of that. We want each one of you to come out with a absolute full color. And that is what exactly the purpose of this program. This program definitely is not a kind of a program to do the assessment, study, examination. It's a learning program through which you can learn and you can actually come out very well. And we really need a very strong, good engineers out of this. So that's exactly what we are planning to do. Let's go to the next slides. These are the two specific areas right now we are working with the StackRoute. This is our learning partner who are currently over here, and we are going ahead to kill StackRoute with the full stack community and as well as the cloud community. These are the two main area we are targeting with them. And the full stack community means, as I mentioned, there are 5 different individual tracks, which is already mentioned over here, and you guys already had got a mail and personalized email through that, means where exactly you are tagged. Cloud community also the same, 3 different tracks, and everybody has already been mapped over there. Obviously, there are some people who are already connecting with us on certain means questions and queries that we are responding to that, and we happy to respond more and more in the going forward. In terms of the timeline, what we have already established, like 28th June is the orientation session, what we have completed. Now we have opened everything for the registrations and we are expecting you guys to complete the registration as fast as possible. You know what means the registration timeline is very much within the 88th Feb. We don't have much time in our hand. And that is something is very much required for you. For that, any sort of help or any sort of clarification is required. We are more than happy and we are there. We can. We will map you to the partner. Partner will enable all those payments, portals and everything, and registration or means registration portals, everything for you. And you guys can go ahead and do that. OK, all those. We are targeting from 15th of February onwards. The training actually will be started. Now the training will be in batches. Obviously means how fast actually you guys can register. We'll form the batch and we'll start actually the training program over that. OK. In terms of the spanning of the training, as we clearly mentioned, it's a 5 to 7 months maximum as a 7 months, because we want all of you to be joined us by June and July timeframe. That's basically our target timeline. By that time, we definitely need all of you to clear and come out actually of that. Okay. This is where exactly where we are right now. Okay. So nevertheless, means without having any more time spent, I just wanted to thanks to all of you who joined today. Not only that, I feel that all of you should be part of our family and part of our journey. And as we committed, we will help you all possible way to make it success. Now I'll invite Mr. Sachin Grover, who is AVP and the principal mentor and the delivery head for StackRoute. StackRoute is an NIIT initiative. By the time you probably all know that. OK. And Sachin Grover, as a professional, he's a very senior architect. He's a program director also. He manages multiple different programs across the multiple different technologies. Experienced over the 2 decades in execution on the large scale initiative for the business and IT, especially in the digital learning platform. So I welcome Sachin. Sachin means please go ahead and have you introduced StackRoute Institute, and then please take it forward from there for the students.
Surely. Thanks, Rana, and a very, very warm welcome to all of you who have joined. A very good evening to all of you, and I think we are equal. If you could just open my deck.
I will just do that.
Sure. Thank you so much. So a very warm welcome to all of you. So I'll just take a couple of minutes to explain who we are and what is this whole initiative called StackRoute. Rana, if you move to the next slide. This initiative called StackRoute actually started around in 2015. And as you know, NIT has been into IT education for more than 40 years. If you would notice a logo on my webcam right now. We have been into IT education, helping people transform from the academics and making them relevant as part of the industry. But having said that, this whole thought process was initiated around in 2015, especially on the product engineering perspective, where we actually went about scaling a lot of full stack engineers. In fact, you will actually meet a lot of folks in Wipro when you join who have gone through this initial, and around 2015 when we launched this, we actually scaled almost like 500 folks on full stack programs in Wipro itself. And I believe they will be one of your seniors who have gone through this initiative and this program. So there is a very core philosophy that we work with. We do not believe in traditional model of training engagements, but this is more of learning a format where we actually make people go through an entire experience of engagement, of learning. Now it involves certain elements, and I will talk about that in a couple of slides. Rana, if you could move to the next slide. This is the entire solutions portfolio. So while this shows how well we are placed across the different target segments in the industry, where we are actually skilling a lot of fresh hires, making them relevant as part of the modern engineering roles which are required in different tech stacks and technologies. Then there are deep skilling programs which we do for existing work professionals, people who are still working in the organizations, but they need to be much more relevant as part of the overall job requirements, project requirements. So we do these full-time, part-time deep skilling programs. We also do programs for architects, aspiring architects, and leadership roles as well. So StackRoute has a very, very strong foundation and a portfolio on the IT skilling and talent development space. So that I think should give you an assurance from the capability perspective and the kind of folks that are there as part of this whole team. Like people like me who have been there with more than 2 decades of experience into building products, technology, edtech platforms, as well as being have a passion of engaging and making people learn and get absorbed in the industry. Tana, to the next slide, please. This whole model actually sets us apart on how the engagement and the learning happens. And I think what my friend Rana was actually trying to emphasize was, how do you ensure that everyone succeeds? And there is a specific model that we work with which ensures everyone must succeed. And we believe that how we do that is each of the whole program engagement is divided into many outcome driven milestones. Now these milestones are actually kind of demonstrable outcomes, and how we do that is through these 5 elements you could see on the circles. So there is a learn element, which means we will conduct certain sessions, call you for a contact session, you will attend a session from your mentor. We will give you small practices to do, and then we'll give you a little larger problem statements where you will work through some of the large assignments. Each of these assignments are typically will be reviewed either by an automated tool that we have built in-house or by your mentor. And each of these reviews feedback has to be fixed. So which means review and refactor are part of the overall cycle of learning. Now this helps concretize your learning. So you would know as you move along in your concepts that you are actually able to understand the implementation as well. So often traditional programs models have learn, practice and apply as an element. There is no focus, or there is very less focus on the review and refactor part, but which is where we stand apart, and we ensure that this is important for each and every programmer, if an aspiring IT professional or programmer, to acquire, because end of the day programming is a skill and outcomes must be demonstrated in order to move forward. So we will emphasize as part of our overall journey. And all of these activities will be kind of calendarized so that you will so along with your academic schedules, you are able to do this gradually and then achieve these smaller milestones, mini outcomes, and then gradually achieve the final outcome before you actually get before you actually join Wipro. And this is what I think we will stand apart by giving you an outcome driven program which will help meet your job expectation, project expectation when you actually reach your actual project experience. Rana, to the next slide, please. So we, as Rana shared with you very briefly, but these are all the variants of velocity programs that we will be supporting. So there is a full stack Java, which will start from programming foundations, helps you acquire some bit of foundational aspects. It will be more of a refresher. Then it will help you go into language aspects, learn about data structures and algorithms, relational databases, Then you get into building backends, Java-based Spring backends, and UI UX using React or an Angular as an SPA. There are certain other aspects, which means Git, engineering discipline, agile, a bit of DevOps will also be part of the overall coverage of each of these full stack programs. So each of these variants have little different set of technologies being covered, but the broad outcome and level remains the same. It's just a different variant or a flavor that it is there, but end of the day, everyone will become a full stack developer. And while there will be certain activities, we will talk about what will be those various activities that we will be having, but there will be module-based assessments which will be there. But the capstone project will be a very critical piece of the overall program, where you could actually, whatever you have learned, you will be able to demonstrate that, assimilate that knowledge, and implement it using a capstone project. It is more of an elongated project where you will actually build a full stack application end to end, which will be demonstrable. Then you have a testing program again. All aspects of modern quality engineer are factored, and equally very exciting role today. This is there in the market. It's completely transformed the testing world. Rana, to the next slide, please. Then we have cloud competency programs where we have flavors of Java with AWS, Amazon Web Services. Then you have GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and then you have a .NET within Azure. So here the heavy emphasis will be given on the cloud competencies and the aspects of cloud, because today all modern development and modern digital projects requires cloud to be fundamentally used as part of the overall deployment and execution. So both these variants have different flavors, but equally each one of them is equally very exciting and very critical as part of the modern engineering teams. Rana, to the next slide, please. So this is how broadly our learning approach and model would be. This is a hybrid blended model of mentor-led interventions driven by StackRoute certified mentors. And it will be a blend of both VILT, virtual ILT, which will be sessions like this will be conducted. And then there will be some aspects of self-learning also being done in a week. Each of these learning will be divided into learning cycles and learning sprints. A learning cycle will be kind of a module. For example, UI UX will become one course and one learning cycle. Then it will have various learning sprints to be covered. Each one of these sprints will be properly calendarized. There will be a learning path, and the VLT connects will also be calendarized so that you can go through the platform and directly jump into the session like this. If there is a session which is happening like this. So once you get access to the learning platform, we will walk you through how different learning services and platforms are. Once you become onboarded, we will walk you through the whole aspect of those things. There will be scheduled hands-on activities and practices to do, so you will have to do that. As I said, there are folks like me who are practitioners who have meticulously crafted these assignments, and there is an automated evaluation tool that we will also introduce when you come on board. How will you subject your assignment through those automated evaluation tools so that you can get feedback at any point of time? While we understand there is an academic schedule that you will have to follow, so we will try and gel along with that so that at any point of time, if you need any help, even with respect to you're able to finish your assignments appropriately or not, have you met all the functional or non-functional requirements, you will subject your assignment through this automated tool, and you will get a feedback from there. It is very important. We follow a motto called "Everyone must succeed." So I think if people who are kind of little slow are not able to understand, we will have personalized small group tutoring sessions as well. Our mentors, our team, the entire engagement team will ensure that they take care of you from that perspective. But we need to see a good amount of effort coming out from you as well. So in order to actually succeed here, the effort must be there, the hard work must be demonstrated. The rest we will assure you that if you follow through some of these activities and you follow your mentor's direction, you will definitely succeed and you will do that. We have actually in the last 4 or 5 years, we have trained more than 10,000 folks, especially in these models, while there are other models also available, but specific this model, we have trained more than 10,000 folks till date. So they are very well placed in the industry and they're doing phenomenally well, and so will you be. Then we will also have a connect apart from the live mentor session. You will be made part of certain Slack teams or asynchronous channels where we will be able to collaborate. You can connect with your mentors, you can connect with us as well. My entire team will be there. There will be different levels and I will brief you about who all will be there. And you can connect with them and seek help, guidance, anything that you have to discuss, you could do that. So there is an intensity in the learning, there is an immersiveness required, but I'm sure if you follow all the directions, you will be able to sail through fairly very well. To the next slide, please. So typical expectation during the pre-exam phase, we do understand, I think there will be, most of you will have exams coming in as part of your college schedules. And I think we would need to have some of that information with us prior to, so that we can allocate you to appropriate batches as well. So approximate effort that we're looking at right now is 15 to 18 hours right now per week for you to spend. But this intensity will increase post-exam phase because then you will be relatively more free. Overall duration will approximately range between 250 to 300 hours. So be very aware of this point. This is important. We would expect you to join sessions on time, be there, follow the directions, do your assignments, exercises on a regular basis. We have seen 100% success. In fact, wherever people have followed this through, there is actually 100% success. Typically in our model, what we have seen across all of this is almost 99% success. It's only very rare cases where people are unable to cope or move forward, but those are different challenges also. There can be different reasons for that as well. But this is very pretty straight. Very few activities which are required to be done, but very important to follow through as per the calendar schedule. There are certain activities you could notice, but I will just talk about it in this next slide. Next slide, please. A typical week would look like this. So there will be certain live sessions on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Typically Friday will be a little more lean session where we will actually do more of a retrospective and a feedback session so that we are able to gauge how are you progressing. But stand-ups will also help us understand. So stand-ups will be conducted through a bot-based tool on Slack. So I would expect each one of you to be ensuring that you're sharing your responses. It will hardly take a minute for you to give your response, where you stand on your learning, what you were able to finish and accomplish, and what is your plan. These sessions will range between 90 minutes to 120 minutes, followed by small hands-on assignments times. That you could do it during any time during the day, but live sessions will be calendarized, will be slotted. So you have to join at a specific slot on that time, right? We will change some of these days and durations as we move along in the program. But typically this will be a standard indicative schedule that you could look through. Run to the next slide, please. From a learner's experience, your experience point of view, we will give you access to the learning platform once you become onboarded, where you could view all your learning plan. You could see your calendarized sessions. You could see your assignments. All of these sessions will be kind of recorded, and each of these sessions will, once they're recorded within 24 hours, they will be placed onto the learning platform for you to revise and go through. So even if you are unable to make it to a session, you could actually watch through a recorded session and move forward. But don't just try and be there on the session. That is very much important, because you will be able to interact with the mentor and clarify your doubts. But if you have missed your session, but all the recorded sessions will be made available to you as per your batch on the learning platform. So there will be live sessions like this. We will give you support on the development environment. Once you do the capstone project, they help in the deployment part, configuring all your machines and configuring. When every one of you are able to put through your project, we will help you deploy it also. And of course, people who will be made part of the cloud competency, they will be given access to the cloud accounts as well in a limited, restricted way, so that you can practice and finish your assignments and capstone projects. Each one of you will be given access to your dedicated Git account, where you will put all your practices and assignments and exercises. This way, you will be able to share these assignments and exercises with your mentors as well. And your mentors will be able to review and give feedback on your repositories as well. So this will be like a Git repository. It's like a source code management tool, and very, very important for you to as we move along. In fact, we will teach you about Git during the first 1 or 2 days in the batch. So there will be instant support given on a Slack channel, on a Slack platform. There'll be several people involved, both from a tech and from a learning coordination point of view, learner engagement point of view. So if you have any challenges, any concerns, any doubts, any help, any guidance, or you're stuck with something, you could ask that it's in that group and in that channel, and we will be able to instantly respond. It's more of a chat format. So if you don't know what Slack is, it's more of a very enhanced version of WhatsApp. Maybe you can look at it like that. Then, as I said, we also give access to an automated evaluation tool, one of the very unique tools, completely being used for our learning format, and especially for this outcome-led programs. So we will introduce you when you come on board with us. Rana, to the next slide, please. This will be the entire engagement team. So of course, mentor would be your first connect. He or she will be there to help you in any aspects of learning and moving forward. There will be a dedicated learning coordinator who's going to be also reaching out to you. You can reach out to him or her, who will be there as part of the overall, because that person can help you with other aspects of engagement and learning and any other concerns that you have. Then there is a guide and a counselor that we will make provision access to, which can also from a tech perspective or from basic understanding perspective, the person will be there. There will be a lab and a tech support. If you're stuck somewhere, if you're unable to access any of the services or have concerns regarding any of the labs that you have, there the tech support team is also there. There's also going to be an escalation. There's a service delivery manager who's going to be their SPOC. So there will be several people who will be involved and engaged with you. We will formally introduce you in your specific orientations and how to reach out to them through email, through chat, and through some of these feedback connects and sessions each Friday that these guys will be there as part of. You can actually talk and share. So a good amount of backend support team to ensure that your learning is taken care of and you have absolutely zero concerns as you move forward in your journey. Run to the next slide, please. So these are the typical next steps. So the first step would be you have to register with Wipro for getting in the Velocity program. So if you have not done that so far, please ensure that you do that after this session. Send your confirmation, do register, and I think Rana would and other folks will be able to share with you how to do that. Once we get the details of who all have been registered, we will send out mailers to you, and which will also include some payment links on mail and SMSs. So please watch out for that. There are multiple payment options. I will just talk briefly about that in the next slide as well. But once the payment is confirmed, all things are done, then a formal onboarding process will initiate. You will get welcome mails and a certain series of mails from us, how to go about starting your learning and your access to the learning services as well. So accordingly, the batch starts. So 15th is what we are targeting for the first set of batches to start. So be sure that you have your seat booked over there. Now to the next slide, please. So this is the payment options. There is a self-paid option, which is a one-time 30,000 plus tax for the full program fees to enroll. And then there are finance options available if you are not able to do. Of course, financial options will come with certain of our financial loan partners, and there is no down payment required. There are easy repayment options which are there. So 100% finance is available, and I think there will be a moratorium period where some payment will be done, but I think full EMI actually will start once you join the organization. So different finance options will be made available. If you guys are interested, you could actually write to us, and I think we will let you know. So once we get the details, we'll reach out to you. We'll share with you all the details and what is the exact payment to be made and what to be done, which option you want to choose. We will give you that option. And once you choose that, then we can actually initiate the fee payment accordingly. Next slide, please. This is just a view. I was telling you about how we have been doing with various large customers that we've been working with. So huge numbers that we work with and engage people in. The next slide, please. So yeah, that's towards the end. Yeah. So yeah, open to questions now. Rana.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sachin. Means that's a pretty good overview. And right now I'm going to open up actually the entire session for the Q&A. And so surely it's open up.
Guys, happy to address any queries that you have. Let us know.
Aditi, you want to see means any questions which is there in the chat box?
So we do have a lot of questions coming in through the chat. A lot of them are concerned whether if they do not clear the upgrade, the velocity offer, does their existing elite offer does also get cancelled?
Okay, to answer this question, again and again, I'm just saying, guys, there is nothing to fear about. Your elite offer always you are going to have. You have been offered by Wipro, so that is not going to be taken out by anyone. That's always going to be there. This is an one level up opportunities that we are providing you and sharing with you. And we have introduced the reputed most partners with us to take you forward and teach you and learn you for a lot of things. This is the learning journey. It is not an assessment or any kind of examination journey. Again, I'm just calling it out. So with that, if you just groom yourself, if you just upbring yourself, obviously means you can be mapped to the okay, sorry, I just probably sharing the map. Yeah, sorry, I'm just stopping this one. Yep. Okay, you will automatically be mapped to the next grade of your salary, which is a turbo grade. Okay, so your elite will remain same as it is. If you do not want to continue with this program, if you feel that means you probably want to continue with your elite journey, you can continue over there. But our proposal is just definitely this is a fantastic opportunity for you to upgrade yourself. Upgrade not only in the learning and from the engineering, but also from the salary. It's your benefit, and that's what exactly what we are offering you. Yeah, Aditi, next.
So then we have questions which are pertaining to the timelines. There are some students who are concerned about their semester examinations. So what should we guide? What can you guide them here?
Okay, so I would ask Sachin also to join us. Let me just first try. So I know means there are some responses I got it from the different students in terms of their semester is starting probably sometime in February and the program is also starting. As we have already mentioned, and Sachin also means pretty briefed actually about this. The sessions will start in the batches. First thing first is means based on means how fast the registration is happening and all the payment formalities and everything is getting cleared, that we are just doing the batches and batches. We are also trying to see means if there is any options to means accommodate specific on case by case basis. Somebody is asking that means I can join probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks down the line or 1 week. That definitely can be addressed in a case by case basis. Nevertheless, moreover, every sessions, every means module will be recorded and it will definitely be kept. The entire training program is spanned between 4 to 6 months, even a little bit more than that also. Even we have given a little bit of additional provisions also. So enough time and our constant commitment of providing dedicated mentor, teacher and guide will always be available. In case of somebody actually is miss out something, then come back and then do certain kind of a guidance along with the materials which is available and the learning sessions, the virtual live learning sessions recording also available. That also will be provided, all sort of guidance. So Sachin, you want to just add up actually on top of that?
Sure, Rana. So I think we have together actually worked very aggressively on actually, and we have given a very enough thought actually on how do we do these engagements. So considering that there will be some academic emergency needs that will come in. For instance, you will have to take exams or something like that. So I think from that perspective, the program is quite flexible. We will try and accommodate to you a later in a later batch, or we will try and see if everybody has an exam of a specific time period. We will pause that program for that period and accelerate once you finish your exams so that you actually are reaching the destination on time and you are able to accumulate and do more after your exams are finished. So we have thought of all of this. What we need help from you, all of this, you do share what are your schedules for your examinations and other things much before so that we can plan you accordingly. If you share it at the last moment, then it becomes a little more challenging. But I think Rana is right. There are enough and handles for you to get support and move forward. So if you are able to miss for a week or so, you will be able to proceed forward because there will be all the necessary support and material will be made available. All you need to just put in your hard work again and just come back on the same journey path. So we will help you in all that format.
Not necessarily carry the pre-existing basic knowledge. So could you please talk more about, how in detail and from scratch the knowledge will be shared?
I think good questions, and that is something Sachin, you and me actually are talking about, right? So I prefer that means if you can address that question.
Surely. Thanks, Anna. So I think we have factored and we have actually thought about all of these folks who will be coming from a non-IT streams. They will be given a good amount of hand holding in the beginning for them to actually catch up on the fundamentals aspects. There are very specific curated sessions and material which we will be putting in as part of this whole engagement, especially during the initial part of the program, where you will be able to gauge from basic foundational understanding of problem solving techniques, understand certain techniques like pseudocoding, flowcharts and all. From there, we will bring you on to the aspects of language and language basics and quickly make them help clear the foundation aspects done from the language perspective. So those aspects we will take care of in the initial days, initial weeks. So I think it should not be a challenge as long as you are able to follow through and you are able to do the activities which are defined by your mentors. It is very much doable from that perspective.
Yeah, thanks, Sachin. In addition to that, I wanted to add to all of you. I think for all of you, we have initiated the PJP sessions, right? PJP program, which is the pre-joining program. And through that also, we have enabled you certain links and certain materials and tutorials to go through certain basics and the fundamentals of the skills, which definitely will be a big help. And I would suggest to all of you to go through this, not basically by thinking that it's a mandatory program, you have to join, you have to clear it out, but it is a good for you not think about needs another assessment or anything point of view. Think about that means it will just give you a little bit of base to start, grow and understand, so that when you join this velocity program, means it will definitely be much easier for you. But having said that, the velocity program also will provide enough base to start with. So I don't think that there is any kind of a fear to have any people to get into that. Aditi, next.
Great. So the next question is regarding the fees. Is there an EMI option available?
Yeah, Sachin.
Yeah, so I think we will have certain finance partners with us who will be extending this EMI loan facilities. So once you become on board, we will share with you those options and who's the finance partner, and I think we'll give you more details on that.
Then another question that's come up, Rana, which is interesting to look at, is once they have completed the certification, how would they be upgraded? Will there be a second round of interviews or assessments?
Okay, just wanted to rest assure, once the certification is done, you complete the training certifications for this velocity, there will not be any other assessment or any other interviews. You will be straight mapped to the next level or the grade, which is the turbo grade, and join Wipro. So no worry about this. Okay, so once you complete this training program, once you complete the certifications with all sort of possible help, supports and guidance from us and our learning partners, you are good to go to get it mapped to the next level. Okay, there should not be any kind of a doubt about that. And any point of time, if you feel means you are not able to if you are not able to continue, there is a discontinuation, you want to continue actually the elite, your elite offer will still remain valid and you can still join Wipro. So there is no concern about this. Yes, Aditi.
I think we are at the closure of our Q&A session. There are a lot of repetitive questions, and then we also do have a lot of case-based questions. So could you please share the email ID that the students can reach out to for particular queries that are only limited to one particular student?
So we have already shared the help desk email ID from our mailbox to all of them. Okay, which they probably can use. Okay, and if it is required, let me just reiterate that email ID where they can shoot their questions and concern or any other specific things, whatever they have. It is the Velocity Help Desk. Again, I'll just mention velocity.helpdesk@wipro.com. velocity.helpdesk@wipro.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aditi, if I can add, this is Anurag Seth here. Many questions I have been answering actually while this session is going on. Many other people have put in the apprehension about, paying the fees and whether they will be able to complete the certification successfully and what happens if they don't clear the certification and all that thing.
Yeah.
One thing I want to reiterate and reassure all of you that we expect 100% of you to be able to complete the program. It is possible that some of you may have to put in a lot of effort because if you are from a non-computer science background, some people said we are from mechanical, civil and other branches. Our suggestion is that you the pre-joining program, the Java program that has already been offered to you before the February 15th, please go through it. It will give you a good perspective. That foundation will help you when you get into the velocity program, right? But if you are ready to put in your best effort throughout the program, this turbo offer, we expect 100% of the people to whom we have offered this program should go through this program. Only if you decide to drop out in between for any other reason, your elite offer will continue to remain with you, right? That is something that we want to reassure you that we are looking at you to join Wipro. Now, elite offer is still valid. However, if you decide to get into the velocity program, We expect 100% of you will go through it. Our mentors and mentors from the partner will be available with you throughout, who will help you. But only thing we expect from you is to put the effort, because we can't put effort on your behalf, right? That is what you have to put. Some of the students have also written about your semester exams that are going on, and you will not be able to start on February 15th or something like that. The Rana gave you the email ID that is also there in the offer letter that went to you recently. Please write to that. Maybe we will put you into the next batch. Right, that will happen rather than the batch starting on 15 February. Only in case you have your semester exams going on that and you prefer to join the next batch. That much amount of flexibility we will do for people who are having the examinations right now, and people who will have examinations later on during the course of the time. Once you join the class, each batch size will probably be about 50 people or 40 to 50 people. So when you write down that when you join that batch, in that particular batch, we will take the preference from everybody and we will try to accommodate as much as possible to your schedule, right? For this one. So don't worry about it, that your chances of completion and all that thing. If you have, and we have chosen you because you are the in the top bracket, right? So we will help you out, and believe me, it is a great, excellent offer for you. That today your elite offer is still valid, but it's an optional offer to you, that if you decide to join this program, while you have to pay 30,000 plus GST as the initial fees that you will put in, our partner has been kind enough to offer you EMI options, and you will get to know about them details. You can pay through EMIs, and it's a very short program, right? It's only about 4 to 5 months where you will finish the program. Once you finish the program and you join Wipro, we will reimburse your entire fees and also upgrade you from elite to turbo. The difference in salary that you will get from about 3.5 to about 6.5, right? So you will get a big jump of the salary, and believe me, these 3-4 months, if you have taken the EMI option and you have managed this program, your career will start at a different level, and that is what should motivate you. It's a program for your benefit. Many people have expressed concerns. Don't worry about it. If you join the program, put the effort, we will help you. You clear the program, right? And you get upgraded to the next level when you join Wipro. And it is not that only some percentage of you will join Turbo. 100% of you will join Turbo if you finish the program successfully. And we hope all of you will finish. I just wanted to reiterate that.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure it has motivated the students. And of course, it is a huge opportunity for everybody here. So we are drawing towards the closure of the program, towards the closure of our orientation session. Is there anything more our speakers would like to talk about?
We just wanted to say that means we want to say again, welcome to this initiative. And we'd like to see all of you actually as soon as possible in Wipro.
Amazing, amazing. So with that, we will close our today evening program, and we hope to see all of you joining Velocity very soon. All the best and take care of yourselves.
Thanks, Sachin and your team.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
सो प्लीज़ चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि आपको रेगुलर अपडेट्स मिलते रहे, एंड प्लीज़ लाइक द वीडियो.